Oh, golly, didn't see you come in there. I was just fiddling around with a bit of my fishing equipment here. Just thought I'd get ready for a little nice fishing. Maybe pre-tie some rigs, you know, that kind of stuff. We're just working with a few hooks, sinkers, maybe some swivels, maybe some braided line for catfish. Who knows what we'll get into. Now, you folks out there in TV land expressed an awful lot of interest in wondering about the kind of gear you want to use to catch big critters out there on the river-type bodies of water. So we're going to go through a couple of those things. So first off, you're going to need yourself a nice stout fishing rod like one I have here. Good flex to it. Nice reel. Some line, perhaps. That's crucial. First, you will need a good quality hook. Gamakatsu is my preferred brand. The next thing you will need is a good quality sinker. These are homemade because I like to have sinkers for different depths and different current levels. You can have ones up to 2 ounces or ones up, you know, little half-ounce guys for little small things like trouties or panfish. For larger critters such as catfish, we will be facilitating the use of a larger sinker, such as this one on the left side of my hand. Another crucial element in the river fishing rig is the humble fishing bead. I prefer mine in oval shape. Some prefer theirs round. I also like the color green because it is more visible to me at night than most other colors. The bead is essential for keeping your knot in good quality condition, and it does not leave abrasive marks on the line. Line is another crucial element of river critter fishing. Today we will be tying knots and rigs using this 30-pound Cajun red line because it is more visible for the camera. Braided lines are often preferred by river fishermen as they have very little stretch and greater sensitivity. Okay, folks in TV land, now we will show you how to tie on your Gamakatsu 6/0 circle hook. So we will take the end of the line here, which we will call Steve, and Steve will go into the eyelet of the hook, or the bar as Steve is known to frequent. Now Steve has gone in, and he will go in again. I don't know how that's possible, but he's entering the same bar twice. So now that Steve has gone in and made himself a nice loop, we will take the tag end, so Steve is hanging out here nice and comfortable, and Steve's loop is going to be wrapped around the shank of this hook here. So now I'm going to pinch the eyelet and Steve at his midpoint, and I will wrap the loop around the shank of the hook approximately 12 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. And 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5, 6, 7, 8, move those down a bit, 9, 10, 11, and folks in TV land, count along with me, 12. Very good. So now that we've wrapped Steve's loop around the shank of our hook 12 times, we will pull Steve as if trying to get him to leave the bar since it is closing time. Pulling Steve thusly, our 12 loops will come together quite nicely and will lay flat along the shank of the hook as such. Now that we have the hook securely tied onto our line, we will cut our leader material to our desired length. I prefer between 8 and 12 inches is fair. That should be fine. So about yay long. And then we will take our barrel swivel and we will fasten this to our leader material. So once again, Steve here will go in to the bar, and once again he shall go back into the bar in the same direction he previously went for 2-for-1 specials. So now we have a loop, and Steve's hanging out here, and here is our leader material parallel with Steve, and Steve shall go around, let's call it the facade, 5 times. I believe that was 4. Folks in TV land caught along with me, and 5. And now we have made 2 loops here, as you can see, and we will put Steve through both loops as if he was jumping through some sort of 2-looped device. And once we have pushed Steve through the loops, we can pinch him at the top and pull everything together nice and tight. And it will slide in thusly. And the final step in this process will be affixing the sinker here to our main line here. So quite simply, you just feed Steve through the barrel swivel affixed to the sinker, And do the same thing with the green delicious beads that we mentioned earlier. Oh my, they're nice. This is a bit of a trick. There we are. And now, with the same knot that we used to affix this barrel swivel to our leader material, we will use that same knot with the main line. Once through, once again, and we make our 5 turns. 1, 2, 3, folks again in TV land, 4 and 5. Well done. And we will take those 2 loops, pass Steve again through the loops, and pull nice and tight. Bloop. And there we are. Sinker, bead, swivel, and hook affixed beautifully to the main line. All right, ladies and germs of TV land, now that we have our perfectly completed sliding swivel bottom rig, we're ready to go chase after them river critters that you're so interested in. I can tell, I can see it. We've got our fishing rod here, our slip sinker ready to rip, and we're going to go out there and catch them, because there's one thing I know, you can't catch them from the couch.